Howdy everybody. All right, we are here with this week's collection. A lot of these were pieces that were purchased with the sale of my Wrapped. So I try to keep, if you're wondering how you fund fidgets, I have fidget funds. And I spent a certain amount and then only continue to buy more if I sell more. So I take some and I'll sell a piece if I'm not using it too much, and then purchase another piece with it. So we're going to walk through the pieces that have come in this week. We'll start up here with the Zerk Top F from Metal Toys. It's got this little brass insert there. So this piece, the way it works is there is a track with 4 balls on either side and then 2 balls that run along this middle part here. So the 4 balls press up against this inside track and then the pressure from the 2 balls holds this brass piece up into the Zerk. So it is a screwless design. And what I didn't know about a lot of Metal Toys pieces is that this is really the top. And that's the bottom, I believe. It's the same as the bubble. Because if you use it this way and you kind of press on this little circle area, you put pressure back on the brass, pushing it up, so that you get more resistance from the balls. Now, if you don't put any on there, you can see it kind of popping out of place a little bit, or it moves ever so slightly, but you'll get less resistance the less you push on that piece. So this is really cool. When I had the stainless steel, I've thought if they released it in the blue titanium that they tend to do, that I'd probably pick it up, but this one has a really good weight. I think Ultim might be on the way, and that would be really cool, or like a Peak or something like that. There's a Peak Top E that's coming out. That's the egg-shaped one. I did purchase that, but that won't be shipping out for like another 2 weeks. So, Top F. This thing's a hell of a guy to take apart. You push that out and you have to stick a safety pin in there so that the pressure from those other balls pushes away and you can push the top part off. I felt like a surgeon trying to put that thing back together, so I wouldn't recommend that again. This is the Seki, S-E-K-I, mechanical, I don't remember what the name was exactly, but Seki is the brand. They don't have a whole lot out there, so if you search it, you'll find it. This is a black Ultim, which I hadn't seen before, or Pi, I guess. Normally it comes in this color right here, which is just like its natural state. It's kind of this amber color, or what Sean Dumas would have called a pea plastic. PP plastic, he called it. You know, it's just kind of this amber color. It's not everybody's favorite. And this was the first time I've seen somebody dye it. I just kind of assumed that it was not possible because no one had done it. And I thought, it must be like if you add dye to it, it affects the integrity of the plastic, but it has been done. So this is Black Pie. So it's got this kind of translucent color, or translucent look to it. So you can see the inner workings there. When you push it up, you can see it's got the company name, that Fidget, that's the brand. It's only got about like 10 clicks up, so the travel is not insane, but it's got a really great sound. It's essentially like a little thicker groove with a lot easier push, and I'd say better sound. Now that's probably due to the material. I think if the groove was in a light material like this, you'd get some really awesome sound from it. They haven't done it yet in Ultim. I imagine at some point they will, maybe. It's, in terms of its structure, it's a little more complicated, I think, than this one is, but I think it's a really good sound. Yeah. There you go. It's got a little lanyard spot. That's a nice piece. This guy. Let's talk about the time badge. So this is from, you have to excuse me, getting over a cold here. This guy's interesting. I was not eager to get this because of its look. It's just not really something I would normally be into. But it also looked a lot bigger, which is always the case with fidgets. When this showed up, it was smaller than I expected. But listen to this. I mean, it's an insane amount of clicks. You also got that center click. So some people were asking, how do you get the most clicks out of this? And I'll show you how you have to take it apart, which was a bit of a mystery. Just like that. So it's literally just held in there by this strong center magnet. All of them, except for the Ultim version, have a brass center plate, right? So there's your track, okay? And then looking at the holes that have been bored out, usually it's like not directly across from each other, but that is exactly how it should be done, because to make this the most clicks of any mechanical fidget you'll ever have, put one right there, one right there, and one right there in a triangular pattern. And now I'm gonna struggle to get this back together. Okay. So now there you go. And you got to be kind of quick about getting the top back on, because that center magnet wants to draw all the springs out of the holes. That's it. I mean, that's the secret right there. So my wife says if you go too fast, it literally sounds like a cicada, and I think she's right. But I love just like this. Kind of super slow motion rocking back and forth, I think is really the best action and the best sound from it. So that's the time badge. I'd say the only gripe I kind of have with it is if you're not looking to use a lanyard, they could have chamfered this edge a little bit to give it not such a sharp, I don't know if it'll focus in there. This edge right here is sharp. Just really sharp for that lanyard hole. So they could have ground that down just a little bit. I'm sorry, my brain is working at about 75% today, so apologies. All right, let's talk about the excuse me. This is the Pi AC EDC mechanical ring, and you can see how I'm, without me taking apart, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 balls and springs in there. That's really good. So they just came out with a new one, and it looks a little more intense, sci-fi, Shadow Raider, I think it's called. So I'd still love to try that one out. But this has a really good sound, and for Pi, it's pretty subtle, which is nice because a lot of times it really amplifies the sound, and so you find yourself not being able to use it in public places because it's just too loud. But that's actually really nice and subtle. That's a good piece. Now, I've had the Chenyu before, but this is the Chenyu Intensive. So there's paragraph mode where you can see, this would be considered paragraph mode. You can see a full circle for the ball to set into each time you're moving it along the track. Okay. And then there's intensive, which means the track looks like about a half of the ball just kind of smashed together. So you get a more intense experience, more intense clicks. Now this is right out of the box. I haven't messed with this at all yet. I'll say that it's going to need some tuning, because I don't know that it really doesn't have any resistance up at the top here. Where I'd prefer a little more resistance. But here's what's fun about the Chenyu. You can use it in that way. Right? Or you can turn it over and use it that way. It's kind of a wild card fidget where you can just kind of move it all over the place. So this is definitely a worthy piece. I bought one in titanium as well. And then I think I'm going to get the Zerk paragraph mode. So I'm not sure that stainless steel will stay in my collection once titanium is here, but we'll see after I get it tuned up if I change my mind. All right. And then lastly is the Pod L from 01 EDC. I think this is focusing here. So this is Zerk, and you can see it's got this pearl inlay. It really just kind of looks like epoxy on top of some aluminum foil, and it very well could be that. I don't know. But it's almost got like kind of a pearlescent look to it. You can't totally pick up. Again, I apologize for my just overall lack of enthusiasm. I am enthused about these. I'm just a little under the weather. All right. This one has an interesting structure, I'd say. So I bought the, let me show you, the premium package or something it's called, where it comes with multiple, 3 different inserts to be exact. So the Zerk one you can get with just the Zerk insert. All right, so it came with that. It came with the stainless steel one, and it came with a matching Teflon one. Everybody knows that right now, we'll say ping is king. Everybody's trying to get the most ping out of fidgets, which is that sound there. That one's pretty pingy. And that's kind of the new craze, but it really is. It kind of started with the WJ Brownie, which is just that kind of Zerk brick that I wish I had on me. I don't currently, but I found that the Teflon insert had the best sound with the Zerk and ball and spring. So this is just, here's what's interesting about this structure here. This little piece right here, you just unscrew it, and if it'll focus, maybe it won't. Can you see, you unscrew it, and this little just piece slides right out, and then you slide it backwards this way, and you can pop that top off. Be careful, because the spring will shoot out. So it's just a ball, spring, ball, running right inside a little post inside this middle piece. And then those 2 outer shell parts just run along. And that sounds really good. Out of the box, this one came with the Zerk in there. And I was immediately a little nervous because I thought, oh, damn, that's not what I was hoping for. I thought it'd be better. And then I put the Teflon in there. And wow. So I think you can get it with just the Teflon center. If you really want an awesome experience just right out of the box, I would say just buy it that way. It's also a little bit lighter then. Sounds great. Does sound great. So that is the catch-up of the week's goodies that have come in. If you have any questions about any of them and want more information, hit me up on email, fidgetfocused8@gmail.com, or on Messenger. All right? Have a good one, everybody.